understand Blu-ray technology now? Because what they did is go back to the negative, they rescan it digitally, and in fact the problem with Blu-ray, for me, is the image is so fucking crisp and clear that they tend to make things too bright. And I went back and made them darken up a lot. Even a couple of things were too bright. But I think it looks amazing. And I think the makeup looks amazing. You know, the detail. First, before I say anything else, I want to introduce you to people. I'd like you to come up. The DP, the greatest cameraman, Mr. Robert Painter is here. And the camera operator, David Conrad, here. Come here, over here, Dennis Frazier. Are you here, Dennis? In fact, if anybody's here who worked on the film, come up. Where are you? I only see Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Drew. First Assistant Director, Tricky David Tringham. David Conrad, the POV when the wolf comes into Piccadilly Circus's POV is David in a wheelchair. Robert, tell me what the hell you did, Robert. Makeup. Makeup. There you go. Dennis Frazier of Brick House. Daryl Norman and also Jesus Christ, give me a break. These two guys work with Rick Baker. And then, are you still doing makeup special effects?
I supply makeup for films.
No, I'm working with computers.
Get the fuck off the stage. Hey, steady cam operator Ray Andrews. Set decorator. All those dead fish. This is the nicest thing about Beware the Moon, is that it's so cool for me to see all these people. Dennis I know since I'm 18, from Kelly's Heroes. You were what, 20? All right, well ask us anything. Anybody have any questions for anybody?
Can you wait till the microphone gets to you, please? Because otherwise people at the back aren't going to be able to hear you. So while he's chatting with his friends, let me pick out somebody. I'm not going to go to
Bob Painter, by the way, this guy, this was the first time I worked with him on Werewolf, but then he photographed Trading Places, Coming to America, Spies Like Us, and Thriller. David did second unit on Spies Like Us because it was like those shots that were way out in the Sahara Desert. I said little silhouettes on camels. It was like, what do you have to do to get that? Well, you have to go 40 miles. I'm like, David, go get that shot.
John, a question.
Yes.
Why the dedication to Lauren Charles in the end of the film?
Well, while we were doing this was the height of Diana mania. Charles and Diana, the whole fairy tale princess. In fact, ironic, this picture was completely made in Britain, post-production. I think it's a British picture. The day they were married is the day Deborah and I left because Heathrow was empty. But the picture was dedicated. They were happy then.
Another one, John.
Yeah.
John, great film, still holds up all these years later. What I think is impressive
Where
about
are you?
I'm here. What I think is impressive about it is the comedy underscores the horror without undermining it. It's a tough trick to pull off. Would you like to tell us how you pulled it off?
No. Well, the truth is, it still bothers me when people call this a comedy horror or horror comedy. My intention was to make a horror film. Like I said, the documentary is not a happy story, but I wanted to make it realistic. And the only way I could think of to make it realistic, when you're making a movie about serial killers or you know, maniacs with hatchets and stuff. There's no suspension of disbelief. People do that all the time. It's real. You know, when you make a film about something fantastic, you have to create suspension of disbelief. And so I was trying to figure out how do you deal with something like David when, you know, your dead friend, you know that can't be real. So that's why it's so funny. I later made another fantasy film, a vampire film called Innocent Blood, which was meant to be a comedy, but some people think it's horrible, so there you go.
John, over here.
Hi, John. I had a photo outside with you earlier. You took the photo, and I was a little disappointed in the composition. Which I was a little surprised I hadn't seen as you're a director, but we'll let that go. Can I ask what it was like to work with those superstars, Adam Green and Joe Lynch, last year?
With Adam Green and Joe Lynch, it was incredibly difficult because they're both such fucking divas. And I think a movie and a half or something, you know, and they're fucking nightmares, both of them. I mean, I met Joe Lynch and he had made, I think, one movie. Have you made more than one movie, Joe? No! He made this one movie, Wrong Turn 11. And he comes on like Eric von Stroheim. Tarantino has a big ego. You have not met Joe Lynch. But in fact, I'm happy to say that I was offered this movie. What's it called?
I'm not saying it.
What's it called?
The Knights of Badassdom.
The Knights of Badassdom. I was offered this movie. It's actually a very clever premise that has to deal with video games and all that shit. Well, Joe is an expert on that stuff, so I said, I'm not your guy, but I know someone, a young guy you can exploit. And so anyway, I recommended Joe, and he got the job, and he starts shooting in October, and in front of all you people, don't fuck this up, Joe.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.